you know, I agree with your statement on the race was too long, because it absolutely was way too long, and the track told us that. The track was coming up. I mean, there was patches of just rough spots everywhere, and here's my biggest deal. So NASCAR was pretty much founded on dirt routes, right? We got away from that they got away from that as an organization because it started to get more popular. They started going asphalt racing. Daytona 500 was now an oval track and it's getting broadcasted, etc., etc. Now, what's the reason why we went back to dirt racing? It's because the fans called for it, right? So if you're a fan calling for these dirt races, where would you expect? What's the first dirt track that pops in your mind?
Eldora.
Just the first one. Eldora. It's always been Eldora, right? So trucks have put on some great shows at Eldora, right? We didn't get to go there with the Cup cars, and I don't know why we don't are not doing dirt races with the Xfinity cars. It's like saying no Xfinity at Martinsville or something. It's just stupid. But I think that the fans called for something. NASCAR, again, being Big Daddy NASCAR, thinking that, we're just going to truck in some clay outside of the track here at Bristol and just whatever, instead of doing what the fans wanted to do. Go to Eldora. I'm not a big dirt track fan guy at all, but I'm sure there's 50 other freaking dirt tracks you can go to please these people. You guys are halfway there. It's like you guys spend all this money. Example, we were talking about the Atlanta track with the reconfiguration. We're talking about Texas track with the reconfiguration. They go 50% of the way, and then the rest of the time, it's like they kick their feet up and pour a glass of bourbon and just shoot the crap with each other or something. It's so dumb. Why are we doing this? And I don't know who's doing the planning or who thought it was a good idea to do this at Bristol. It's a freaking asphalt track. It's just keep it that way. Stop trying to make something that is not ever going to work. That's what frustrates me so much. So I turn on the TV, I see these cars going around Bristol, which is a fantastic racetrack on asphalt, trucking in loads of dirt, to try to make something that isn't and will not be. That's what makes me mad. That's why I turned into this race, and it's like, man, like, and then we do a god awful amount of laps there. The track's coming up, and there's no passing, and by the end of the race, it's a freaking asphalt track because of how much rubber's down. I mean, it's so appalling. To me, appease the fans, go to a freaking dedicated dirt track, and stop trying to make something that isn't. Well, that is just frustrating to me.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, we don't have to have a dirt track points race. That doesn't have to be a thing. Why can't we just go to Eldora and do an all-star event? We pick the top 16 guys out of qualifying races, and we run like a 50 to 75 lap feature event on a specific built dirt track, and just call it like an all-star event. Why we don't need a points race dirt race with stage racing and non-competitive pit stops. That's not NASCAR. That's not NASCAR. It's never been NASCAR.
And at 200 plus laps, you can't really expect any dirt track to hold that long. It's I don't know, man. It's so frustrating to see this, and just give the dirt fans what they want. Stop trying to put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Right? There's plenty of dirt tracks everywhere across the country. And I'm sure Eldora or Tony Stewart would love to have a NASCAR sanctioned event there, even though, he doesn't have a lot of faith in NASCAR right now. But still, I'm sure Eldora would love it.